we're getting you the exclusive details, and this is first on India Today. Jayalalitha's estate mystery now. The pieces are falling in together. Sources telling India Today that Jayalalitha's estate was barged, there was trespassing in Jayalalitha's real estate. 3 suitcases of documents worth hundreds of crore rupees were taken away. During this entire incident, a security guard was murdered. There have been spate of mysterious accident of also the driver who was working in Kodanath state, who is also said to be involved in the attempt to robbery. And now we can tell you from our sources that there was indeed an attempt of robbery, but 3 suitcases with documents and crore of rupees were taken. Cops are suspecting an insider hand. They're saying that there was also a person employed to do interior work of Kodanath in a former Tamil Nadu Chief Minister's state, and he could be the mastermind of this entire operation. 4 people so far have been arrested, and 1 security guard was murdered during this robbery attempt. My colleague Priyamvata getting us all these details at the moment. Yes, Priyamvata.
Well, this is the exclusive bit of information we have got, that on 24th of April, that was the time when there was a burglary at Kodanath estate. There was an 8-member gang which came in 3 cars. They entered Kodanath estate and they wanted to go further when security guard Om Bahadur stopped them, and he was tied up and he was injured. Police sources are now telling us that 3 suitcases have been taken away from Kodanath estate, which consists of assets and documents of assets worth hundreds of crores. And most importantly, police are now on the lookout for the mastermind of this entire conspiracy, who is not in India at this moment, because he just moved away from India like a month ago after probably conspiring this entire episode. And he was the interior designer of Kodanath, so he knew exactly about the interiors and the logistics within the 1,600 acre of Kodanath estate. And also interestingly, this particular person, police say, was very close to J. Jayalalitha, the former chief minister, and also Shashikala. So now the police are trying to connect the dots, and they're also very hopeful that these documents will be retrieved very soon. But this mysterious accidents of 2 important accused in this case, whom the police were looking out, 1 dead, another person critical, is definitely adding more mystery to whatever is happening in and around Kodanath, the sprawling estate of J. Jayalalitha.
All right, Priyamvata, but the fact remains that this, as you were pointing out, could be an insider's job as well. Can you tell us that these are documents worth crores of rupees of property, or also money that has been taken away?
Well, only the documents have been taken away. No money was as such kept, but documents which many thought would probably be in Poise Garden was not in Poise Garden, but at the Kodanath estate. That was the summer camp of J. Jayalalitha and Shashikala, who used to go there during summers and spend their days. In fact, I have been inside Kodanath estate. It's a sprawling bungalow built in the style of United States of America's White House, which has a huge lake as well, in which we have seen Jayalalitha and Shashikala, who used to go on swimming. And it's a huge estate in the midst of a forest and on top of a hill. And the interior designer apparently knew the logistics, and he was also a trusted aide of Jayalalitha and Shashikala. This definitely adds mystery to whatever is happening right now in Kodanath estate.
Absolutely, Priyamvata, but tell us, 3 suitcases of documents taken away from Jayalalitha's estate. Now, do we also know details of what kind of documents were these, and how is it possible that 3 suitcases of property documents were taken away?
Well, we are being told that most of the documents belonging to probably Shashikala's family and Jayalalitha were kept in Kodunadu estate, and we know that since 1990, Jayalalitha has been an extremely powerful chief minister in Tamil Nadu. But more importantly, we know the scams that Shashikala's family members got involved in, the property that they literally kind of grabbed. In fact, the disproportionate assets case started with these many companies that were started in name of Shashikala and her relatives, and how they used the government office to make money and buy property. So that is the case, and in which now Shashikala has been convicted. So which very clearly says that a lot of properties were purchased, and we still do not know the exact details of the documents. But police sources are saying it contains the documents of the properties in various parts of India and abroad.
All right, be with me because we have A. Saravanan of the DMK who's joining us as well. Mr. Saravanan, your first response to this big exclusive on India Today. We're getting reports that 3 suitcases worth of crores of property which were stolen for Jayalalitha's estate. These documents also, according to sources, have details about the property which was property which has been registered abroad as well.
Yeah, see, the property details of Sylvie Jayalalitha has always been a mystery. They have never, even in the election affidavits, if you look at, they have never disclosed the actual worth of the assets. They will just say this is the investment in the party. Never been the case in all these properties. As far as I have known, in all the properties, Jayalalitha does not own property except her mother's property, a few properties in her own name. Everything else is in the name of, joint name of Shashikala and Jayalalitha. Since Shashikala is inside the prison, probably people close to Shashikala or her family members, they are trying to...
So do you believe, Mr. Saravanan, this could lead directly up to Shashikala's doorstep?
See, that's what I say. I am someone who has handled the wealth case of Sylvie Jayalalitha. There are 2 or 3 properties only in the name of Jayalalitha alone. Everything else, every other property is in the name of Jayalalitha and Shashikala. Now both of them are not enjoying it. Probably, who knows what's happening. A CBI should investigate this.
So are you demanding that now the centre should step in and there should be a transparent probe? It should not be done by the state police anymore because it has incriminating evidence of property in the name of Shashikala as well.
Yes, see, other thing, the police was investigating the murder of the estate watchman in Kodunadu, but what happened? The main man has also died in a mysterious manner. I don't know. I think this mysterious deaths are going to continue unless CBI is going to take out these cases.
But are you demanding a CBI probe, sir?
No, that is our party leader will take a call on that.
But do you believe there should be a CBI probe? The centre now must probe and ensure that there is transparency. Already we have seen a political chaos with the ruling party. Now there should be a transparent probe because this seems to be a wider net.
Yeah, see, that's what I'm saying. If it is going to be, the state government is going to continue the probe, definitely there are going to be more deaths, mysterious deaths.
So do you believe there could be an attempt by the state police, which is under the ruling party, to botch up the case, and hence now there should be a CBI probe, yes or no?
Yeah, I'm a criminal lawyer. I don't believe in coincidences. How can the watchman be murdered and the person who has started the hit was alleged to, he also dies in a mysterious motor accident crash? I think that's too hard to believe.
Absolutely, there's more to the story. So, Mr. Saravanan, once again, I'm going to ask you that should there be a CBI probe according to you or not?
See, that's what... No, see, I'm only saying, right now I'm saying the state police should not investigate. Our party leadership will take a call on how to go about this.
Okay, we'll let the DMK decide and come back with that. But thanks so much, Mr. Saravanan, for joining us. So, Priyamvata, here's how we are connecting the dots right now. You have one security guard who is murdered on 23rd of April, where there is what we could call it at that time an attempt of robbery at Jayalalitha's estate. Then this morning came the news that the driver who was working there has met with an accident. Then came another news that the driver's aide has also met with an accident in Kerala. And now we're given to understand that this could be actually a very, very wide web of a property tangle. The property which could lead right up to Shashikala's doorstep as well and could cause more headache to the ruling party.
Absolutely, and let's also understand the complexities within the Shashikala's family. It's a very big extended family, and right now not all the family members are together, because one person who was keeping the entire Shashikala family together was Shashikala's husband M. Natarajan, who right now is not well and he's admitted in the hospital. And also when Shashikala passed on the mantle to TTV Dinakaran, it did not make few other family members happy, and those few family members, and especially even Natarajan, was not very happy with the decision when TTV Dinakaran took complete control. So obviously, considering the moves that is happening, TTV Dinakaran's arrest and the news tightening around various other family members and ministers of the AADMK government, looks like there is a desperation probably to get hold of the properties by certain family members. We still cannot obviously point out names and say who is who, but as you rightly said, if these dots are going to be connected, it might lead to the doorstep of Shashikala, because as Mr. Saravandan said, most of the properties are in the name of Shashikala, either jointly with Jayalalitha or mostly 70% only in her name, and few other 30% to 40% of documents in the name of her extended family. So obviously there is a clamor within the family to get hold of these sensitive documents, considering that Shashikala is in prison and Jayalalitha is no more.
Absolutely, but Priyamvada, here is the interesting angle. As I'm reading more about the story and the breaking news that is coming out of it as well, is that how is it first that the properties are registered abroad as well? How is it that the property papers were kept at Jayalalitha's Kodanad estate, who all had the information about it? And is this a legally acquired property or is this illegally acquired property? What more details are we getting?
Well, it's very difficult to come out with these details at this point of time till we get an official confirmation from the police officials as to whether these properties were legally bought or they were illegally brought, and we do not know. But let's also not forget the Ferra case or the various other cases, still the luxury car case that is still pending against Shashikala family members. And also we know in the disproportionate assets case, some of the main allegations were probably how the properties were forcefully taken from few people, especially very famous music composer Gangai Amaran's property in Sirdavur was taken away forcefully. He had registered an FIR and he was one of the important witnesses in the disproportionate assets case, and that was converted into Sirdavur estate. So we obviously right now cannot predict or speculate what those documents are, but we know it contained documents. That much of information we have right now from our sources in an authentic manner.
Okay, Priyamvada, also take us to the fact that now should there be, are we looking at a demand for a CBI probe? We just had a word with the DMK spokesperson A. Saravanan, who said that the party leadership will be mulling on this idea because it looks like, prima facie according to him, that there has been a concerted delay in cracking this case. It was only after Paneerselvam, remember, also raised demand of a complete transparent probe that we've seen the facts unraveling this morning quite fast.
Absolutely. In fact, the opposition party members have started demanding for a thorough inquiry into what is happening in Kodanadu estate, because obviously it's getting murkier. How can two accidents in two different parts of the country, one in Kerala and one in Tamil Nadu, happen almost at the same time? And also now, since the interstate police are involved, probably there are chances that the opposition parties will put for a strong demand for a CBI inquiry into what is happening in Kodanadu estate. And we still do not know as to, except for the security guard right now and the domestic helpers, nobody else, none of the family members are living in Kodanadu estate. So what happens to Jayalalitha's will has been a question for for almost 2 months now. Deepak Jaikumar, nephew of Jayalalitha, openly came out and said that all the legally purchased properties of Jayalalitha should belong to him and Deepa Jaikumar, his sister. So obviously now there is more a chorus of people in Tamil Nadu demanding that will of Jayalalitha should be openly declared. And it's not just about the will, and also it's the properties. If these documents the police are going to get hold of, I think it's just going to be opening the can of worms from Kodanaad estate.
Absolutely, and it could lead up right up to Sasikala and Manargudi family, if we are said to believe at the moment. The property papers, according to sources, and these are initial reports, we're still trying to get an official word out of it right now. According to the initial reports, according to our sources, they have recovered property papers worth crores. Some properties are registered in Tamil Nadu, some properties are registered abroad. That's point one of the story. The point two is that these properties are registered in name of Jayalalitha and Sasikala, according to sources once again. No official confirmation on this, but this could provide more headache for the ruling party, which is looking at a political chaos at the moment. Manargudi family, which is facing a credibility crisis at this moment. TTV Dinakaran already being questioned by crime branch on a bribe gate. Sasikala Natarajan in Bengaluru prison over DA case. And if this property papers are investigated further, if it also incriminates Sasikala for allegedly acquiring illegal property, this could smell trouble. This could mean, in fact, Priyambata, AIA-DMK leadership, AIA-DMK's hold on power could weaken further. Big political impact which could start right here from Kodanaad estate.
Absolutely. In fact, you exactly nailed it. That is likely to happen because we saw O. Paneerselvam coming out and saying that there should be a thorough inquiry into what happened in Kodanaad estate, and I'm sure there are going to be more such statements coming out from the OPS camp right now. And also the opposition party DMK has taken a strong view of this, and all of them are going to be demanding for a probe into this Kodanaad estate issue, and this could just be the starting point of all the troubles for Edappadi Palaniswamy, who as such has been facing too many troubles. Only yesterday he was lashed out for being against the farmers, claiming that the farmers did not commit suicide in Tamil Nadu. A mistake after a mistake is being committed by the Edappadi Palaniswamy government. That's what the analysts feel.
Absolutely. In fact, Priyambata, let's take our viewers once again through this breaking news that we are getting on India Today. Exclusive news coming in, broken by my colleague Priyambata right now, that 3 suitcases was documents which are property papers allegedly in the name of Jayalalitha and Sasikala. Properties that are registered both here in Tamil Nadu and abroad as well, that have been taken away when on 23rd of April there were people who broke in Jayalalitha's estate in Kodanaad. One security guard was murdered. Another security guard was found to be a suspect in aiding this robbery. 4 people were arrested this morning. In fact, there has been a spate of mysterious accident, one in which the driver who is employed at Kodanaad estate was killed in a car accident. The other in which his aide met with a car accident in Kerala. Priyambata, prima facie, connecting these dots, and it's only a conjecture at this point of time, it looks like there was an attempt to cover up as well. There was an attempt that the truth doesn't come out, because these are key accused who've been targeted directly.
Kanakaraj is the accused number 1 and Sayan is the accused number 2. And both of them get killed almost like in a gap of within few hours. That definitely adds to the mystery, and both of them killed in road accidents. That is the next question that everyone is raising, and the police are definitely trying to connect the dots. So, and then the security guard, one security guard gets murdered, and the second security guard is taken for interrogation on the second day. And after the interrogation gets over, that's when the police gets lead to go to Kerala. So they go to Malappuram and Thrissur area, where they conduct massive search, and they have already detained 7 persons, 3 of whom the photographs and identity the police have shared with us, and we have also given it on India Today exclusively. And 4 others' identity has still not been given out because they're still being questioned. So it was an 8-member gang, so 7 of them being interrogated, Two of them already murdered, already died in an accident. So who is the mastermind is what the police is looking at. Sources are telling me the interior designer who knew in and out of Coronado Estate, who is right now not in India, could have operated this entire conspiracy and this plan from outside India is the first lead that the police have got. We are sharing all this based on the sources in the police department and various other places in the government of Tamil Nadu. But obviously, we do not have any document proof to say these are the people. But we know that 7 persons have been detained and 2 have been dead, and all of them were part of this burglary at Coronado Estate.
All right, thanks so much, Priyamvada, for joining us. Be with me because there's a big story that we are tracking. Have to take a very short break, but big political tremor ahead. The storm clouds are already in the horizon, because here's where the story is turning. Coronado Estate of Jayalalitha, where there was a robbery attempt on 23rd of April. Skeletons now tumbling out. The real story is a property angle that is emerging this afternoon. Property angle that could further jeopardize the ruling party's chances with electorate, with the credibility crisis. Property angle that is leading up right up to Sasikala's doorstep as well. Many more could be in this net.